Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the second day of the webinar. We are just going to wait for a couple of minutes. I'm Mithun Bhagat, your co-host, and I would be having a wonderful guest today with us, Satya sir, fondly known as from Mohit Mangal's Institute, IQ Digital and IQ Ideas, as it was known earlier. It will be a request to all to keep their videos and mic on the mute mode. Please do not try to unmute in between the sessions. And we'll just wait for 2 to 3 more minutes as we are anticipating a little more participants, even our couple of friends and guests. Teachers are also joining in. So I'm sure it is going to be a wonderful session for everybody. Yes, good evening once again. To those who have just joined in for the first time, I'm Mithun Bhagat, one of the director with Divya Jyot School. And on behalf of my entire team, I welcome you all for the wonderful session on the career counseling. Choose right, choose smart. That is the theme. And I'm very happy to see that many of my students are joining in, even the teachers and some of the guests and outside members are also joining in. Uh, we already have few of the friends who are already putting the messages regarding the questions they have. मैं पहले थोड़ा बताना चाहूँगा about the session, how we are going to go in. Uh, so today we have a new guest with us, Mr. Satya sir. Satya sir is an old time associate and one of the founder of IQ Ideas. Uh, Satya sir is going to be taking care of all the questions, answers, and also a lot of information that you all want to hear. Mohit sir has been a little busy today. He's actually in one of the most important meetings with the highest authorities into the education in the central level. So अगर कुछ development होता है तो he will be definitely joining in even at the late hours जब तक session हमारा खत्म होता है. Meanwhile, let me introduce you for Satya sir. He is, as I said before, he one of the founder of IQ Digital, IQ Ideas, and he himself belongs to the science stream. उन्होंने अपना IIT Madras से he has done his masters, and he is an engineer himself. So I am sure कि बहुत सारे बच्चे होंगे यहाँ पर, स्टूडेंट्स होंगे जो अभी देख रहे हैं, शायद बाद में भी देख सकते हैं. They would get a very good insight about the life at IIT as well. The the name itself gives the exciting feeling, I must tell. And I'm very happy that we have a guest who has been through this. क्योंकि जो experience मिलने के बाद जो तजुर्बा हमें होता है उसके बाद में अगर किसी को गाइड करते हैं तो ही in true sense it should be considered. And I am happy that Mohit sir suggested that it will be better. Uh, Actually, he said कि मिथुन sir मेरे से ज़्यादा अच्छे से Satya sir will handle the science stream questions and be able to guide and mentor the students. So ये आज का हमारा दूसरा दिन है for the webinar. Yesterday was commerce and humanities, and it was indeed an interesting session. काफी सारे streams और options हमें मोहित सर ने discuss किया, and we all really liked the session. We got very nice feedback as well, and काफी सारे questions भी address हुए थे. दिव्यज्योत के बारे में, those who are not part of our team or family, Divyajyot is a CBSE school located in Ahmedabad. We are a little young school, I would say, about 10 years old, definitely full of energy and enthusiasm. The management is always looking forward to implementing new ideas, delivering the best to the students. and always thinking about their progress and how to make them more and more successful in their life and careers. That has been the goal. So उसी लाइंस के ऊपर आज का हमारा ये सेशन हम लोगों ने अरेंज किया हुआ है. Today is going to be very very important for the science stream because many questions are there that I have already received and some will be asked by the students. Let me invite Satya sir without taking any further ado. Satya sir, may I please have you on the screen? Please join us, and it will be a pleasure to have you for the talk today. And it will be an interactive talk. Many questions are already lined up by me, by my students, by some of the parents as well. So the students who are joining in, the very obvious questions are going to be, sir, which are the options? I would recommend each and every one of you to keep your note and pen with you. You may take the screenshots of the presentations. You may record the video also. And by the way, this video will be available on a YouTube channel of Divya Jyot also, and as well as on the YouTube channel of IQ Digital. Neelam ma'am, will you please share the link at the end of the webinar? YouTube वाला link आपको share करना होगा. As some of you already have spoken with Neelam ma'am. Neelam ma'am is my team member. She has really worked hard to ensure that we have a uh, good webinar, and also parents and students who have registered on a 03 number that has come from Neelam ma'am. So Neelam ma'am, you will be taking care of the questions also, noting it down and dropping the needed messages. By the way, the chat feature is on currently. You can directly message to either myself. Yeah, Satya sir, you are visible now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah,
Right.
you are complete. The messages can be sent either to me or directly to Satya sir, and either of us can read it out for you. It will be best if you share it with Satya sir so he can directly look at them. But don't worry, we will not leave you, any of your questions unanswered. And this session will end probably just as yesterday's schedule, so 10 o'clock. Till 9:45, mostly this talk will go on about the different careers and the options. And we will keep the last 15 minutes for the questions and answers. So hold your questions till the time. शायद हो सकता है कि आपके most of the questions will be answered uh, during the talk, and definitely new questions are welcome. So Satya sir, can you please talk about yourself a little bit, and then we move on to the session.
Okay. So a very good evening to everybody. आपकी तरह मैं भी एक साइंस का स्टूडेंट था, राइट. ऑफ कोर्स इयर्स बैक 11th 12th साइंस लिया, और हमारे टाइम पे वी नेवर यूज्ड टू हैव दीस करियर काउंसलिंग सेशंस, या इतना कॉमनली अवेलेबल नहीं होता था. सो क्योंकि 10th स्टैंडर्ड में अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट एक अजम्पशन रहता था कि अगर अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए 10th में तो आपको साइंस ही लेना है. And because we did not have much access to things like the internet or career counseling, तो by default 11th 12th में साइंस लिया. 11th 12th में परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहा, तो उसमें भी दो ही डिफॉल्ट ऑप्शंस हमारे सामने यूजुअली आते थे कि या तो हम इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ जाएं या मेडिकल की तरफ जाएं. एंड उस टाइम पे कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग वाज वन फील्ड which was coming up. It was considered to be one of the top choices for students at that time. So engineering के तरफ और computers के तरफ एक लगाव था, तो I joined 4 years of computer engineering. After 4 years of computer engineering, I worked with a couple of my friends in Baroda. हमने खुद का setup किया था where we used to do software development and things. और उस टाइम पे when we ran our own business, I realized that कोर इंजीनियरिंग की जगह इंजीनियरिंग का जो मैनेजमेंट पोर्शन है, दैट वाज समथिंग व्हिच वाज मोर इंटरेस्टिंग टू मी. आई वेंट अहेड एंड डिड माय पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन. लेकिन पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के दौरान फिर से एक चेंज आया, और उसके अंदर मैंने रियलाइज किया कि मोर देन इंजीनियरिंग एंड कोडिंग और मोर देन मैनेजमेंट ऑफ थिंग्स, टीचिंग एंड interacting with young students is what actually interests me the most. So I changed, so to say, I changed my tracks and I entered into teaching students for at various levels, mostly for competitive national level exams. So 2008 में full-fledged I started my career as a teacher. और उसके बाद through all these years I have been teaching for entrance examinations which are not necessarily related to science in the first place, right? Some of my core areas include law and business management. तो कई स्टूडेंट्स आके पूछते हैं, इनफैक्ट कई पेरेंट्स एंड कई टीचर्स भी मुझसे पूछते हैं कि अगर आपने 11th-12th में साइंस लिया और उसके बाद मैनेजमेंट भी थोड़ा बहुत देखा तो फिर इस फील्ड में क्यों? तो क्या इसको मैं 11th-12th का वेस्टेज नहीं मानूं कि यू हैव वेस्टेड 2 years ऑफ साइंस, 4 years ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड देन कम टू एन अनरिलेटेड फील्ड? टू विच माय आंसर इज सी, अगर आप ये मानते हो कि कोई भी फील्ड लेके उसी फील्ड में पढ़ना ही उस फील्ड का काम है, then obviously the people can think that I wasted my years as a science student and then as an engineer. But अगर आप एक अलग नजरिए से देखो कि there are certain things which science 11th-12th teaches you, and that is discipline, the ability to work for long hours, dealing with numericals, number concepts, dealing with things which are more logical in nature. And यही चीजें मैंने 4 साल इंजीनियरिंग में भी सीखी कि एक लॉजिकल तरीके से चीजों को कैसे देखा जाए, शॉर्ट टर्म के अंदर असाइनमेंट्स को कैसे कंप्लीट किया जाए, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम को स्टेप बाय स्टेप कैसे ब्रेक करके लिया जाए. एंड ये सारे जो लर्निंग्स हैं, ये जो बेसिक फंडामेंटल लर्निंग्स हैं, these are the exact same learnings which I have used in my entire career of almost 15 years now, right? So अगर आप इंजीनियरिंग के कॉन्सेप्ट्स को हो तो डायरेक्ट एप्लीकेशन शायद मेरे फील्ड के अंदर नहीं है, लेकिन जो एक बेस मुझे साइंस ने दिया है ये मेरे करियर में हमेशा काम आया है. एंड मैं सारे साइंस के स्टूडेंट्स को यही कहना चाहता हूं कि इफ यू हैव टेकन साइंस एंड यू गेट इनटू कोर साइंस रिलेटेड करियर्स, देन एक्सीलेंट, ऑब्वियसली वो आपका पाथ है. बट इवन आफ्टर टेकिंग साइंस इन 11th-12th, it is not necessary कि you have to go in for the standard fields of, let us say, engineering or medicine in standard after standard 12th. बहुत सारे ऐसे ऑप्शंस हैं जो साइंस स्टूडेंट्स 11th-12th के बाद ले सकते हैं इफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड मेडिसिन इज नॉट द वे टू गो. मान लो कि इंजीनियरिंग या मेडिसिन ही लिया आपने, राइट? यू क्रैक्ड द नेशनल लेवल एग्जाम्स लाइक JEE और नीट, यू गॉट इनटू अ कॉलेज ऑफ योर चॉइस. लेकिन 4-5 साल जब आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हो ग्रेजुएशन की, तब आपको लगता है कि ग्रेजुएशन में मैं आ तो गया हूं, आई एम इन अ गुड कॉलेज, आई एम इन अ गुड डिसिप्लिन, but it is not necessarily what I would enjoy doing in my life. Because let us be honest about it, 11th-12th तक जो हम स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं और उसके बाद इंजीनियरिंग या मेडिसिन, अगर मैं 2 मेन साइंस स्ट्रीम्स की बात करूं तो इंजीनियरिंग एंड मेडिसिन के अंदर जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स आते हैं उसमें जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. जैसे मैं कंप्यूटर्स की ही बात ले लो, आई एम अ कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर. अब 12th स्टैंडर्ड तक जब लोग कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग के बारे में सुनते हैं तो they feel it is all about coding, it is all about software development, it is about application development, right? तो वो समझ के कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग में कई स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं, and then they realize that computer engineering is very different from computer applications, it is very different from IT applications, it is very different from software applications. तो एक कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर कोडिंग करे ये बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं है, एंड कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर जो करेगा उसकी भनक 11th-12th के अंदर नहीं आती. So even after getting into engineering or medicine, if you realize that चलो 4 साल या 5 साल में कुछ करके निकाल तो दूंगा, but I may not want to stay in this career for a long time, then don't worry, there are many options which you can get into that, right? And hopefully I should be able to answer some questions. So that was just a basic introduction about myself, how I'm related to science, and maybe you will find my talk useful for science related queries. Over to you, sir.
Yes, certainly, sir. A lot of time we get students. By the way, I myself, I am also an engineer. Most of my parents and students know that. I have done my master's also into. By the way, my bachelor's was into construction, but luckily for me, that time there was a new stream that had started, and it was in Nirma University. So that was construction technology and management.
Correct.
So we had gotten the best of all three. Luckily, had I been into any different college or university, maybe it would have been a simple civil engineering. But and after that, I did my master's in construction management. That was from US. So I completely understand that you may not like even after getting into graduation, but it is good to know okay, what options you have because some of the streams uh, into graduation leads into even wider fields like computers as an example that you may end up doing completely different thing than what you envisioned आपने जो सोचा था और एक्चुअली जो आपको मजा आ रहा है या आपको जो करना पड़ रहा है वो तीनों चीजें एक साथ भी हो सकती है और अलग अलग भी हो सकती है and ultimately when you become a pro or when you make something your career with your choice मैं एक ही चीज बच्चों को बोलता हूँ कि really try and give your best whatever you may do you may not be at the top at all the time but at least for yourself you should be satisfied I have given my best.
Correct.
So sir we come to the questions part because today's session many of my students of class 9 and 10 have also joined in तो उनको तो पहले ये समझ मुझे देनी है कि साइंस सिलेक्ट करने से पहले what parameters they should be having मतलब कि what they should be ready for and what are the options for the science stream why should they select science and if you can please talk about that.
Correct. So I'm going to share a screen with some PPT on it so that students have better understanding of what I'm talking about. There are certain myths that used to be very commonly there among the students and parents कि science select करने के लिए parameters क्या होते हैं. And over a period of time with lot of inputs from various areas हमने ये जाके अब समझा है कि what should be the actual parameters which should let you decide whether you should be doing science or not, right? So I hope this presentation is visible on the screen, sir.
Yes sir, it is visible.
Okay. So what we should do is there are 3-4 things that generally we talk about whenever we say is a student apt for science or not. I'm not going to go into the general ones. I'm going to specifically focus on the science related things which are necessary. So obviously orientation of a child obviously means whether he has liking towards certain areas which are related to science. Aptitude is how good an ability the child has for certain things. Personality and interest, right? So without taking each one of them in detail, what I'm going to do is you have to understand that till standard 10th, there is a mix of subjects that we study. It could be math and sciences, which are basically science-oriented subjects. We have social sciences and languages, right? English, Hindi, Gujarati, which are more arts or humanities-oriented subjects. And then there are a lot of practical subjects. Some schools may have drawing, some schools may have SUPW, arts and crafts, sports, so on and so forth. So the aptitudes which a science student needs to possess, we look at that as mathematical oriented subjects to begin with. Anything which has to do with numbers, anything which has to do with analysis of things which are logical, right? Math is a orientation, or math rather is an aptitude which is required for both science and commerce. Science especially because in 11th and 12th, you are going to undergo a lot of number crunching in the subjects of mathematics, in physics, and even in chemistry. And for commerce, of course, they have their own set of subjects. So the first requirement is, are you comfortable with mathematics? Now, some of the areas of mathematics which I would very strongly recommend that students should identify whether they are good at is things related to algebra, things related to linear equations, things related to quadratic equations, a little bit of geometry, a little bit of area and volume type chapters. So if you're comfortable with algebra and things like that, then 11th and 12th science actually makes sense. But in 11th and 12th also, there are two areas which you will be looking for, right? Either you will be trying to identify whether you want to go in for science A group or whether you want to go in for science B group. So For aptitudes of science, we talk about life sciences, which are things like botany and zoology, mechanical things, things related to statics, things related to machines. It could be a research orientation, a scientific orientation, and things like that. So among these things, let me quickly give you an idea of what subjects you should be looking at. If you're comfortable with topics related to, let us say, electricity, you're comfortable with topics related to magnetism, with Newton's laws of motions, you are comfortable related to time, speed, velocity, then these are orientations which tell me that you are more of a numerical type guy and comfortable with physics. So engineering might be a good choice. On the other hand, if you're a student who is comfortable with the science topics, with the human body, anatomy of plants, physiology of plants, right? Then these are more life sciences oriented topics, which tell me that you are more of a biology oriented student. And of course, structure of atoms, acids, base, salts. If these are the chapters which interest you a lot, then obviously you are a chemistry oriented person. Now, to go with science A or science B group for 9th and 10th students, if you have a strong grip over numbers, that is mathematics, you are comfortable with physics oriented subjects, you are comfortable with chemistry to some level, then science A group or what we call PCM or engineering group would be a great choice. On the other hand, if you are not very comfortable with number oriented things, you are good at it, but that is not your first choice. You are more comfortable with theory oriented parts of science like biology, right? And you are comfortable with chemistry, then science B group is an obvious choice, PCB, that is physics, chemistry and biology. So really the choice is between mathematics and biology, right? Because physics and chemistry, it works out to be common for everyone. So now what I'm going to do is, we already know that there are things like engineering and medicine for which there's a lot of information available in the market. But there are a lot of fields, higher education verticals, which are not necessarily only engineering or only medical related, right? And these are verticals which students of science are absolutely good to go for. The point is, these education verticals are not considered by many to be mainstream simply because we don't have information. They are not very popular simply because there's a lack of information. For example, things like agricultural sciences, architecture, right? Going in for paramedical sciences, going in for planning, going in for pure sciences, rehabilitation sciences, veterinary sciences, fisheries. Now, these are examples of some of the courses which are wide open for students of science after 11th and 12th. And there are different admission criteria. So if you are really considering science as an option, but once you have taken science, you're not sure that you want to go in for just engineering or medicine, then be assured pure science related streams like the ones that I mentioned on the screen are very much available for you guys.
So sir, just a question, then either of the stream child can go for these courses?
There are some of these institutions, like majority of the ones which I have shown on the screen, they are for, all of them are open for science. Now, obviously some things like paramedical sciences, pure sciences, rehabilitation, veterinary, fisheries, these things may not be open for non-science students. Especially, and now again, I come into something like the armed forces. Now in the armed forces, अगर आप पर्टिकुलर टेक्निकल स्ट्रीम्स में जाना चाहते हो, राइट, आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स में भी अलग अलग तरह के करियर ऑप्शंस हैं. सम ऑफ देम लाइक द डिफेंस फोर्सेस, प्योरली द कॉम्बैट फोर्सेस. अब वहां पे इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि आप साइंस के स्टूडेंट हो, लेकिन अगर आप आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स के टेक्निकल आर्म्स के अंदर जाना चाहते हो, सम ऑफ देम हैव अ डेफिनेट रिक्वायरमेंट दैट यू नीड टू हैव ईदर फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स एज अ सब्जेक्ट. Similarly, there are many medical related fields connected to the armed forces where obviously you will need to be a PCB or a science B group student, right? Some colleges of planning, some colleges of architecture require you to clear the JEE with the architecture option, which means again you need to be a science student. So for some of these courses, they are open for all streams, but many of these are specifically for science students.
Okay. So in a nutshell, child needs to have inclination for understanding for these things, because yesterday we talked about whole different sets of professions,
Yes.
and these are particularly related to the science. So the students and parents who are watching, I would suggest कि आप लोग इसको एक screenshot लेना हो, या फिर आपको whenever you wish to watch it, in case if you want to watch it later. So I would like each and everybody to drop in their email IDs if you are joining for the first time. अगर आप लोगों ने पहली बार आज ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, तो drop your email ID into the messages and the phone numbers, or either of the options. I would ensure that you get the links of the video on your email or the WhatsApp. So do that without fail, and ensure that you do watch it, because there is a lot of information, sir. Satya sir, जो आपने बताया हमें, and at times it becomes confusing for the child. See, मुझे एक प्रश्न हो रहा है यहाँ पर कि suppose there is a child who is a really scholar child, एकदम टॉप ऑफ द लाइन में उनके हमेशा स्कोर्स आते हैं, नंबर्स आते हैं, और जो आपने सबसे पहले बताया कि साइंस के ये पोर्शन में बच्चों को ज्यादा मजा आता है, एटम्स में मजा आता है, या फिर उनको बायोलॉजी साइड के टॉपिक्स में मजा आता है. सो जो बहुत ही स्कॉलर है, जो हमेशा 95, 97, 100 स्कोर करते हैं, उनको तो हर एक चीज में मजा आएगा. How can they decide? Suppose you know what will be the parameters for them. एक मेरा प्रश्न था, maybe you can address it towards the end also.
Okay.
And but that is something in my mind. And then there are few students who are not so great. Their academics is not so great, but their inclination is towards science. तो उनको क्या करना चाहिए इन दोनों प्रश्नों के लिए? बिकॉज जो मिडल में है, बिटवीन द 70 to 90% वालों के लिए तो the options can be a little clearer, but those who are scoring little less marks and they want to go in for science, क्या वो लोग को जाना चाहिए? और जो एकदम टॉपर में है, how do they decide their further goals? I'm so sorry, just 1 second. There was a message and they need to drop in their email IDs into the chat box. You can drop in your email IDs into the chat box. We'll be saving the chat and we'll drop you the links for the videos later on. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I understand your question right, for students who are toppers, how did they decide which particular stream to get into? And for those who are not toppers, maybe a bit average in their studies, but still they want to go into specific science courses, then what do they do?
Yes.
Okay. So for this, what I would say is, see, for those who are toppers, one extreme option is if they are unable to choose between, let us say, science A and science B group, then some places do have the option of taking both AB, right? Taking both PCM and PCB. So PCMB becomes the choice. But of course, there are limitations to taking this because it would extend them. Maybe not all schools are able to offer this option. And again, the student has to be very clear that they will have to do a lot of extra work because they are taking more subjects than the others, right?
Correct.
So to be very honest, it is very difficult for a student who is very bright to actually make a choice between engineering and medicine. And there is no guarantee that if I take any one of the streams, then it is going to be the right choice. For example, taking my own example, I used to think that I had a great inclination towards theoretical subjects, right? So obviously I should have gone towards PCB. But of course, during our times, we did not have a choice of PCM or PCB. We studied all 4 subjects, and I ended up in engineering because my liking for that changed at the last moment, right? In the initial phases, I felt I should be taking up something related to the medical field, something more related to biology. But towards the end of 12th, when it was the actual time to select, my inclinations changed. I felt engineering would have been a better choice, and I went to it. And even after completing 4 years of engineering, it was very difficult for me to decide, should I continue with engineering or should I do something else? But having said all that, one thing which has been made very clear to me, in fact, through all my experiences, is that at undergraduate level, it really does not matter what individual line or course that you are taking. What really matters is the type of the brand or the type of institute that you get to be a part of. So today, when a student comes up to me
and the exposure you will be getting.
Exactly. So when a student comes up to me and says, "Sir, मेरे पास दो choices हैं. One, I get a great institute, but a course in the institute which is secondary. Second, I am getting a chance to get admission into a very good course of my choice, but the institute is not very well known as compared to the first one." So in this case, my advice is, if you feel that you can do well in both the courses, always go in for the brand of the college more than the course. And I'll tell you my reason why. By brand, I mean, if you get a chance to study at an IIT compared to, let us say, a local college, right? Or for that matter, let's take, even Nirma has a great campus. It has a multidiscipline campus. So let us say you get a chance to study at Nirma versus you get a chance to study at some relatively unknown college. In Nirma, you're getting a field which is lower in your choice. In the unknown college, you are getting a stream which is rather higher in your preference. I would say go for an institute like an IIT. Go for an institute like Nirma. Because the 4 years of engineering that you're going to study, after completing your studies, when you're in your career, you might not remember what you were taught in the college. You might not remember the particulars, the specifics of the subject. But the experience that the college has given you, the kind of interaction that you have had with your teachers, the kind of interaction that you have had with your peer group, those are the experiences which are actually going to help you mold you as a person. Like I have been at the IITs, right? I did my post-graduation there. Today, I remember what my professor said at day one. He said, you are not 3 years after your graduation, you are not going to remember what I taught you, but you're going to remember what you did to complete your assignments or time. You're going to remember how you managed things when they were difficult. And really, that experience may not have been available at a local college with my favorite subject than what I got at a top branded institute, even if I had not got the discipline of my choice. So for top students, if the options are open, always try to take something which will give you a better choice of college, because the environment of such top national level institutions is something which is going to make a huge difference. Your specialization you can always get into at the master's level, right? And believe me, in engineers, sometimes I feel about 70-80% of engineers don't even go into their core areas when it comes to a career. Right? Many of them shift to management. Many of them shift to coding related jobs when their core engineering discipline might not have been coding related. So, and it really does not matter, because the 4 years of studies at a good institute would have given you basic skills to be able to handle anything. So for top students, that should be the choice. For students who are not so great in academics, if their academics have not been so high, again, don't worry, because it is not just your 12th standard marks which is going to determine where you get into, right? There are a lot of options of fields, both related to science and both related to general studies, which you can get through the medium of entrance examinations. And not every entrance examination is like a JEE or a NEET, very technical, right? Many entrance examinations check your basic aptitude for language, your aptitude for general knowledge, your aptitude for logic. And it is not necessary that it is only academic toppers who are going to crack that exam. In fact, I've seen students who are not academic toppers, right? They may not be great at physics, chemistry, biology, but their fundamentals are strong, right? So although in academic subjects, they might be getting average scores, when it comes to these entrance exams, they perform really well. And that gives them the opportunity to get into a field of their choice. So again, take the help of your friends, take the help of your teachers, take the help of career counselors. They will help guide you of the options you have. The only thing to keep in mind is never ever believe that it is only your school 11th, 12th or board exam scores which are going to determine where you are going to go in life. If you decide I want to get into something, there are multiple paths to make a good career in that particular area. Yes, sir. So you're on mute, I guess.
Yes, I'm so sorry. There was a glitch in the network and I think I was not connected for last 20 seconds. But I understand, sir. I completely agree with your first analogy of selecting the institution over the choice of the course. And second one is also a fair advice that you would have many options if you want to go for a science stream. If you are inclined for science stream, and if you are ready to study hard, because if you are an average child, suppose you are getting 70% marks, normal thumb rule ये कहता है कि if you just study the way you are been studying, तो आपको शायद 10 से 15% कम आएंगे 10th के रिजल्ट से. इज इट राइट सर? नॉर्मल केस में आप उतना ही पढ़ रहे हो,
हाँ
तो शायद होगा कि 10-15% आप, अगर 10th में आपके 80 आए हैं तो यू वुड बी एट अराउंड 70 टू मे बी 65 to 70 के बीच में आपके 12th के आएंगे.
ट्रू.
बट इफ यू आर एट 70 एंड यू आर गोइंग फॉर साइंस, तो आप उसी लॉजिक को अगर आगे ले जाते हो, then you would be at a bad spot if you do not study harder. So if you are ready to study hard, if you are ready to spend more time and really keep all the things on side, then I would say don't worry. Yes, you would need some assistant, you would need some guidance properly, but for sure you can do it. And there are many private colleges, there are many more options available. तो ये डर के रहने की जरूरत नहीं है कि आपके पास if you are scoring only 70 you can't go for science. Maybe if you are inclined, if your parents agree, and you are then you can do it.
Very true.
Next question already running. There were जो आपने options बताए, if the child realizes that his decision was wrong, already I think part of it you answered it, कि, even after going into the engineering field or the medical field, suppose medical field की बात करते हैं, एक तो डर लगता है काफी सारे बच्चों को, as a teacher or as an educator or as a management, even I feel it is a very long career, isn't it? After
Yes.
completing the school, how many years of study you have to do to really be established as a doctor?
Okay. Let me tell you some basic idea about medicine, because many students have this fascination. In fact, more than students, the parents have a fascination कि बच्चा डॉक्टर बने, डॉक्टरों की बड़ी इज्जत है सोसाइटी के अंदर, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
So,
And at this time when COVID, there is it is of the choice of the family. So unfortunately, the generation who is hitting the board exams now are going to face that as a as a कि आपका यही career होना चाहिए.
Absolutely. So let me give you a basic idea of what you're expecting if you're trying to get into the field of medicine, especially through the MBBS route. So number one, obviously, in 11th and 12th, you have to be extremely high scoring student through and through. And you will have to clear a basic exam, mostly the NEET, after which you get into MBBS. So MBBS is 5.5 years of intensive study, right? So in 5.5 years of intensive study, in the first couple of years, there will be a lot of theory. But after that, you will also start with a lot of practice, because medicine is one thing where without practice, it is almost impossible to understand anything, right? कोई आपको बता दे कि human skull ऐसा है, इसके ये सारे 13 bones हैं, so on and so forth. Unless and until you touch, see and feel that thing, you will not be able to get it. So right from day one, you will be handling a lot of practical things. So basic 5.5 years के बाद, you will get your degree of MBBS, assuming you pass every exam, every semester in the first attempt, right? So minimum 5.5 years. Right, minimum 5.5 years के बाद, when you have the MBBS degree in hand, you have just started your journey towards being a doctor. After an MBBS degree, आप सिर्फ एक बहुत low level doctor की तरह private clinic में या किसी area में जाओगे. Now, for most of the good hospitals,
in this time, what Satya sir is saying to my students, ये जो सर बोल रहे हैं कि MBBS पे आप बहुत लो लेवल पे शुरू करेंगे. Don't take him wrong and don't take anybody wrong.
No, by low level I mean that
MBBS doctors and everybody goes to them. But वो doctors ऐसे हैं. ना, I completely agree sir.
Yes.
You are right in a way, क्योंकि ये बच्चे जो अभी MBBS करेंगे वो आने वाले 7 साल के बाद MBBS बनेंगे. that
Correct.
you are going to be a doctor
Yes.
at in the year 2029 or 30 maybe. तो उस समय पर MBBS डॉक्टर्स और नए डॉक्टर आए जो होंगे उन वैल्यू बहुत ही कम रहेगी शायद if you right, I think that's what he meant to say.
So what I'm
तो
trying to say
उसके
is
बाद में
value
जो
कम रहेगी.
आपका मास्टर शुरू होता है.
Yes. So value कम रहेगी. What I mean to say is that these are the basic level workers. They are the most important. Importance wise सबसे ज्यादा importance in MBBS का है because they're the foot soldiers. But as a career अगर आप पैसों की बात करते हो then payment wise that is the lowest because it starts at that level. तो उसके बाद कुछ भी अगर आपको आगे जाना है तो मिनिमम आपको स्पेशलाइजेशन MD लेवल पे करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद MD करने के बाद you have to go in for a super specialization. And believe me MBBS के अगर limited seats हैं तो स्पेशलाइजेशन एंड सुपर स्पेशलाइजेशन लेवल तक जब आप देखोगे तो इन मोस्ट ऑफ द स्पेशलिटीज देयर इज एज लो एज 1 सीट, राइट. टॉप कॉलेजेस में somebody wants to let's say get into cardiology or neurology, then in good institutes there might be just 1 seat for a specialization or a super specialization. So a lot of my friends who are into MBBS वो यही कहते हैं कि सबसे पहले अगर आपको कहीं पे भी अगर आप वो लेवल पे पहुंचना चाहते हो जो लोगों को लगता है एक डॉक्टर होना चाहिए, इट इज मिनिमम 10 years टू बिगिन विद, मिनिमम 10 years टू बिगिन विद. लेकिन उसके बाद भी यू कैन नॉट से कि 10 साल के बाद मेरा करियर चालू हो गया तो अब एवरीथिंग इज स्मूथ, बिकॉज अ डॉक्टर इज वन पर्सन हु ऑलवेज कीप्स स्टडीइंग, राइट. दे हैव टू टोटली कीप देमसेल्व्स अपडेटेड. Even a base level doctor जो ground level पे काम कर रहा है, he has to be updated with all the new developments. Let's take the current situation. आज से 2 साल पहले कोरोना पैंडेमिक के बारे में किसी को नहीं पता था. डॉक्टर्स को शायद कोविड के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत पता हो, बट पिछले 2 साल में इतना ट्रीटमेंट उन्होंने किया होगा और इतने सारे चेंजेस एंड अपडेट्स हुए हैं. आप और मैं जो नॉन मेडिकल फील्ड से हैं, अगर हम आज कोरोना के बारे में इतना कुछ जान चुके हैं, देन इमेजिन द काइंड ऑफ स्टडीज दैट डॉक्टर्स वुड हैव टू कंटिन्यूअसली कीप डूइंग, राइट. सो मेडिकल इज अ फील्ड जहां पे लाइफ लॉन्ग आपको पढ़ाई करनी है, लाइफ लॉन्ग आपको मेहनत करनी है. बट इफ यू आर रेडी फॉर दैट काइंड ऑफ हार्ड वर्क देन इससे बढ़िया करियर कोई नहीं है, राइट. बट बी रेडी के 10 years तक योर एक्चुअल पोटेंशियल अर्निंग will start minimum after 10 years. You cannot expect कि 5.5 साल MBBS के बाद I'll be earning a lot of money. The real earning will start after that.
मेरा personal experience, very true.
Yes.
Very true. मेरा personal experience as a having a family में ही doctor and my sister, she always says she is a quite known hematologist. बट शी सेज कि हमारा करियर एक्चुअली अभी जो बच्चे मेडिकल में जाना चाहते हैं उनका करियर शुरू होता है 37 या 40 इयर्स की एज पर.
एग्जैक्टली.
बिकॉज टिल दैट टाइम यू आर स्टडीइंग. सो इफ यू थिंक कि आपका 12th स्टैंडर्ड 18 इयर्स पे खत्म हो गया और आप 10 साल में डॉक्टर बन जाओगे, यू आर आउट. You are going to be studying for another 17 to 18 years.
Correct.
At that time, there will be people who will recognize you. Yes, he or she is a good doctor.
Yes.
So students who are listening to me, don't be scared. Yes, you are going to be needed because every generation needs good doctors.
Absolutely.
And for sure, you are going to be working hard under the guidance of the best of the doctors. So that's what is needed for the medical professional to, be the next star. So that is about medical doctors only, sir. But what about the other fields of medicine, like paramedics ho, nursing ho, ऐसा जो भी अगर कोई areas हैं?
Okay, so lot of different sciences like paramedical staff, and rehabilitation sciences हैं. So let me just give you a basic idea of what these are. Now, in the medical field, a doctor alone is not the person who is taking care of you, right? Doctor is the main person who is leading the team. Lekin all the other activities of taking care of a person, right from taking the daily vitals like checking your pulse, taking your temperature, to collecting specimens like blood, taking x-rays, administering medicines, during a surgery, assisting the doctors, right? All these things, they fall under paramedical sciences, right? And then post rehabilitation sciences. Doctor ने तो आपका operation कर दिया, आपका cure कर दिया है. But once the doctor has completed his duty, then a lot of other experts, they come into play. For example, agar meri haddi tooti, a good doctor will set the bone, but after that, giving me regular exercises to bring full mobility to my hand. Now that is the job of the rehabilitation expert, right? So obviously these sciences like rehabilitation sciences, paramedical courses, technician courses for being an X-ray specialist or CT specialist and so on, they are not as long as a regular MBBS, right? They are relatively shorter courses, and the entry point is also relatively easy. They are not very simple, but हाँ MBBS के लिए जो requirement है उससे काफी easy रहता है इनमें जाने में. But they're equally good courses. Entry point is easy, but the career is equally rewarding, right? If you take a look at our channel and if you take a look at the career guide PDF, the courses are listed out. The colleges where these courses are offered, they are also listed out. So if you are thinking you want to get into the field of medicine, but MBBS is something which you're not very comfortable with, then please do look at the rehabilitation sciences, look at the paramedical courses. After 12th science, you can definitely get into these colleges. In fact, today, now there are a lot of alternative medicine courses, right? For example, Unani medicine hai, you have Ayurveda, right? You have these alternate Siddha medicine. These systems ke liye bhi excellent colleges are available. Physiotherapy is one great choice, right? Dental ke baare mein sab jante hain. And other than that, even pharmacy. Now, a lot of people don't realize that a pharmacist is actually the right-hand person to a doctor, because a doctor knows how to do and what to do. But the right chemicals required to the human body, the dosage required, is the job of a pharmacist, right? So studying pharmacy, doing a B.Pharm and M.Pharm is as good as getting into the field of medicine through the route of chemistry. So if your biology is average, but you're very strong at chemistry, then please do consider even pharmacy as a career. That is as good a medical field as any.
Very true, sir. And those who are aspiring to go out of country, there is a huge potential of pharmacists abroad, especially US and Canada.
Absolutely.
And those countries where it is in the one of the highest paid brackets as well. And definitely, as Satya sir said, beyond doctory, beyond just medicine or MBBS, many options are there. Just like in engineering, you could list out. हम लोग अगर अभी गिनेंगे तो 15 से 20 स्ट्रीम्स हमें मिलेंगे ऑफ द हैंड. उससे ज्यादा तो ऑलरेडी उनकी जो बुक है, we have shared the link yesterday. We will share with you in the email or the WhatsApp once again, those who are joining in for the first time. But I would definitely like to say that this has been a very informative session. Sir, if you are comfortable, can you, before we move on to the question and answer, I would just like to say the students who are interested to connect, okay, because Mohit Mangal sir and Satya sir, IQ Ideas people are really good at guiding the students on the individual basis. And this is what they do professionally. And really honored that the team has given us the time and the slot for their guidance to my students. So in case anybody wants to connect with you, how can they connect with you personally or your team? Can you share your email ID and the contact details?
Sure, I'll do that. So I'm going to put up the contact details on the slide. I think, just a moment, I need to share this.
No problem. Meanwhile, other students wants to share any questions. Satya sir, have you got any questions with you?
So has
anybody raised questions to you?
Yes, absolutely. I think the screen, the details are available. The contact details of social media, the website and the phone number is there on the screen, right? Yes. Anybody who is interested in getting in touch with us can get in touch with us through any of these media, right? During the weekdays, just get in contact and we can work something out.
Okay, great. Fine. Satya sir, any questions for from the students to you?
Okay, I've got one question here. So Mithilesh is asking, should we choose government colleges or private? Okay, so see, government or private college का मोटा-मोटा ऐसा टर्म यूज करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस के अंदर IITs भी आती हैं, एम्स जैसे नेशनल लेवल इंस्टीट्यूट्स भी आते हैं, एंड देन देयर आर लॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट्स जिनका हमने नाम भी नहीं सुना. सिमिलरली अगर मैं प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस की बात करूं तो देयर आर टॉप वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूट्स लाइक निर्मा यूनिवर्सिटी, लाइक DIICTE, राइट, एंड देन देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज जिसके बारे में हमको कुछ नहीं पता. सो मैं मोटा मोटा ये नहीं कह सकता कि कोई भी गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट अच्छा है या कोई भी प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट अच्छा है, बट हाँ, देयर आर सर्टन रैंकिंग्स विच आर गिवन बाय बॉडीज लाइक द NIRF जो ऑफिशियल रैंकिंग्स हैं, और देयर आर रैंकिंग्स विच आर गिवन बाय इवन पीपल लाइक अस काउंसलर्स. सो अगर आपको कोई स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रीम के अंदर जाना है तो ऑलवेज लुक आउट फॉर विच आर द टॉप रैंक्ड इंस्टीट्यूट्स फॉर दैट स्ट्रीम. लाइक इंजीनियरिंग में नो डाउट IITs एंड NITs आर एक्सेलेंट, बट IITs के अंदर भी द ओल्डर IITs लाइक IIT बॉम्बे, IIT मद्रास, खड़गपुर, कानपुर, रूरकी, दिल्ली, they would be way more advanced than the new IITs, right? Rather than going for a very new IIT, maybe a reputation of a college like BITS Pilani or maybe a college like an NIT would be better. So I will not give a blank statement कि सारे गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस अच्छे हैं. आपको इंडिविजुअली देखना पड़ेगा कि कौन से स्ट्रीम में आपको जाना है और उसके बेसिस पे सजेस्ट कर पाएंगे कि इसमें कौन से अच्छे कॉलेजेस हैं. कुछ गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस भी होंगे, कुछ प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस भी होंगे.
True. Sir, maybe if you can take the screen away, it
Yes.
will be better visible.
Yes.
About the what you said is true. May I if add? Also, you have to consider your fees pocket, because some of the private colleges do have very high fees versus some of the government colleges do have the courses similar level and at the much lower fees bracket. So discuss with parents as well, and definitely do consider the options what sir said. Anything else anybody wants to ask? Okay, I think we are almost hitting the time.
There's a
sure
question
that-
with, just a moment, sir. I think it's, Dhairya. Okay, just one last question. I think Dhairya has asked to shed some light on automobile engineering. I'll just take a couple of minutes to answer this question. Dhairya, and all the students who want to get into the field of automobile engineering, there's a lot of confusion in students when it comes to this, right? First of all, you need to be very clear. Okay, what do you mean by automobile engineering? Are you interested in developing the engine? Are you interested in developing the moving parts of the car? Or are you interested in designing the car, the looks of the car, right? Because many students, they confuse engineering and design. Now, if you are interested in the mechanical parts like the engine, the axle, the frame and other things, then automobile engineering might be a good option. But if you are interested in the looks, in designing car like Ferraris and McLarens, that is the area you want to get into, then engineering is not the stream. You have to get into the design part, right? So there's a specific course called automobile design, which will help you to get into that. So automobile engineering is not what you want, or designing is what you want to go in for. Now again, इसमें भी एक बहुत बेसिक चीज याद रखो. इंजीनियरिंग में अगर आप ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग करते हो, यू आर फिक्स्ड इनटू द ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर. लेकिन अगर आप मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग, जो एक बेस इंजीनियरिंग है, वो करते हो, तो एक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर ऑटोमोबाइल में भी जा सकता है, एक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर दूसरे करियर लाइंस को भी देख सकता है. उसी तरह डिजाइनिंग में जनरल प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन या इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन अगर आप करते हो, देन यू विल बी एलिजिबल फॉर अ मल्टीपल करियर पाथ्स इंक्लूडिंग ऑटोमोबाइल. लेकिन अगर आप सिर्फ ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियरिंग ही बैचलर्स लेवल पे करते हो, यू आर स्टक इन दैट फील्ड. सो एट अ बैचलर्स लेवल, गो फॉर समथिंग विच इज मोर जनरल, एंड देन इफ यू आर वेरी श्योर आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग योर बैचलर्स कि यही मुझे इंटरेस्ट है, तो उसमें आप स्पेशलाइजेशन के लिए आगे मास्टर्स ले सकते हो. आई होप दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेश्चन.
Yes, definitely it is a very wide stream, and each discipline of the engineering, as we know, has many options to choose and decide from. And with the world, expanding at one side, you can say, or maybe contracting at the other side. Either ways, even the artificial intelligence or the things related to computers, even more into the coding part. Those streams are also having the super specialism in the further detailing. So the students who are currently into the 10th standard will have to really have the progressive vision and the likings also. And somewhere these streams always have their the time and the जैसे हिंदी में गुजराती में बोलते हैं ना कि दशको है दरेक वस्तुનો. There are always the times. There used to be in the 1995, I remember, uh, the chemicals were the hottest of the stream.
Correct.
Chemical engineering was being filled always at the first. Of course, computers were there, but they were not the first choice.
Absolutely.
If I remember. Then it has been the computers for the some time, and even the mechanical engineering had its boom.
Yes.
The civil engineering has always been the
evergreen
because people know that there is construction never stops. So some of the streams always you would have their phase and the time, and you would just have to ride it out, regardless of what career you decide. I'm sure that if you are good at it, it will not be an issue with being an engineer or a doctor or even a professional into any of the field. With this, I would like to say thank you to everybody who has joined us today. And thank you, Satya sir, for your valuable input. Tomorrow's session, I would like to say to everybody that it is the session not to be missed. And it would be a wonderful session to explore the options which are for the new age option. And that is going to be my favorite. And I'm sure that even students who are younger than standard age may want to just listen it out, see what kind of a world they are going to see when they really grow up, what careers would be. Because Satya sir, in our school, we have the career sessions and even the discussions with the experts.
Okay.
This has been part of our webinar series of Knowledge Tree, in which we invite the experts of different fields.
Okay.
So experts of any field, we have the talks and we have the webinar seminars for the students.
Great.
Individual. And anybody who is not part of our school and would like to know a little more about us may also drop in a message.
That's excellent.
And connect with us. We have these sessions here. 11th standard sessions we are anticipating to start soon.
Okay.
Believe me, आप लोगों को जितना जल्दी आना है स्कूल में, any teacher, every school want them to want students to join in. As us is going to be the first day for us, as we will be opening the 11th standard stream, all the 3 streams. And right now, as we speak, every day new students are joining our school. We are very happy and blessed to have a wonderful team of educators and the people in our school. So thank you all once again, and see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same meeting IDs and passwords, 9 o'clock. And it might go on for another 20 minutes or so tomorrow. So tomorrow's session will be a little longer. Mohit sir will be there. Satya sir, you are welcome to join us even for some insights.
Absolutely.
Because you do talk to many experts in the field, and what is coming, we'll be happy to hear from you as well. So
absolutely.
See you all tomorrow.
My pleasure.
And have a good night. Be safe. Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.